diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. Check, we Ric Flairing on them niggas. It's apparent these girls staring. I'm Ric Flairing, gold across my chest. I'm fresh to death, I'm Paul Bearing, not at all scary. One eye open like Betty Wops and fine to these Urkels that's going in like a carry shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary Crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Commanded tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elders, trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My grind repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow who can't cry over spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness, it's really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, black son, we ain't nothing like the mother guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas.
Yeah, DQ baby. Shout out that boy nigga for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, Vinny Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Pharaoh's Kids, D-Phase, yeah, Moseby St, yeah, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing, son up, baby.
Scotty, you going crazy for this one. We see what you're doing, we salute you. Hey, let's get it started. It's backpack, capital one. What's in your wallet? Got a call from my man A. Scott. I said I got it. Love that you highlighting all of these black colleges. Try to pay me for doing this. Look, bruh, if you don't get off my line with that foolishness, voice of the SWAC, pull up where you at, no cap. If the Brody is speaking the soft facts, my advice, tune in to every show. Captain Petty, but we know that the sergeants are with the smoke. Speculate, just tell me what is we doing. Get into it, okay, look, I'ma say this and keep it moving. My boy Scotty, man, he offered the least. Black grad, paying college, I'm glad that he called me. Walking, cause we all been taught that talk is cheap. Even primetime knows Scott for the HBCU streets.
What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Scotty. Hey, yeah, I'm back again. You're watching OFFScript. Now listen, hey man, I got a special guest for y'all today. I'm telling you, this young lady is up and coming and she's fire. All right, listen. When she gets on here, treat her like you treat me, with a lot more respect, okay? Just with a lot more respect. All right, but you already know the call lines are already open, so you won't hear the white lady. So whenever you feel led and God touches your spirit to call in, just go ahead and call on in, all right? So let me get to some special announcements real quick, and we're going to get right into it. Once again, Thursday, listen, I got the captain of them Golden Girls, them bad girls from Alcorn State. The captain's going to be in the building, all right? So we're going to have a little interview, sit down, chat with her, talk about, the legacy of that program and things like that. Also, bandwagon signing day, January 24th, all right? Make sure you locked in, stay tuned. And you can follow. Listen, the petty does not stop here, okay? The petty does not stop here. It just continues on, all right? Like the marathon, it just continues, okay? So you can follow me on IG and Twitter and OFFScript _TV. Now, listen, man, listen. I was scrounging through YouTube one glorious day, and I came across this young lady, and I was like, yo, this girl's energy is legit. I got to bring her on the channel. And we linked up. She said, hell yeah, I'll do it. I mean, she didn't say hell yeah, but she's like, hell yeah, I'm for it. She didn't say hell yeah. She said, yeah, I'm for it. All right. So please listen, please give it up for my special guest today, ANIYHA Jones. What's going on?
You got me cracking up over here, bro. Thank you for having me on. And thank you guys for everybody who's watching. I appreciate you.
No problem. Listen, so just tell the people just a little bit about yourself, and we'll get into the question. But just talk to the people, let them know a little bit and where they can find you and stuff.
Yes, what's good, y'all? Thank you for embracing me. Super excited. So I'm ANIYHA Jones. My Instagram tag is right below. But your girl is from Chicago. Played basketball in high school, hooped a little bit, ran track, whatever. And then I ended up at the University of Illinois. So not a HBCU, I know, but it's where
we outside together, okay? We outside the club together. All right. Don't worry about none of that.
But I'm here. And so I'm a marketing major. I'm minoring in RST here, what we call sports management. Also the host of the You're Wrong Sir podcast. And so just found myself trying to be in the sports industry. Yes, Chi-Town. And really just came across these individuals, and Scotty too. And so, yeah, I'm happy to be on, bro. I'm excited.
That's what's up. Hey, somebody saw the same thing I saw when I first talked to you. $600 microphone. No, listen, we did a test call before. I was like, dang, you got that Shure? That Shure is expensive. I was like, yeah, baller. All right, so listen, I knew you was a basketball fan, so I got a couple basketball questions for you.
Okay.
I was saying, what the Chicago Bulls gonna do this year? What the Bulls? Listen, I'm a ball brother. That I love the Ball brothers, Melo, Lonzo. But what does that team look like in a whole? Before we get to the main topic, what's that team gonna do this year?
Bro, what have we done? We've been hooping, okay? Number one in the East, like over the Bucks, over everybody, over the Nets, like we hooping. I ain't gonna lie though, off season, I was like, I'm gonna just see how it works out, because you just never know how superstars mesh together. And then they had IO too, and I was like, I don't know. They hooping, bro. And then I thought COVID was gonna put them down a little bit. Definitely playoffs, no question. I don't know about finals. That might be a stretch, but we gonna get far, especially because it's their first year together. So for them to be gelling this well in a season, that's amazing. You see the struggle with the Lakers right now. All of these superstars.
We're not talking about the Lakers. Slow your roll there, lady. Don't come on I'm a LeBron fan, first of all. I'm a Mavericks. That's my team, but I'm a LeBron fan. So let's not do that. Let's stay locked in on the Bulls, okay?
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? We know what the problem is, Westbrook. We know what the problem is on the Lakers. We just buying our time to get rid of this guy.
Whatever.
And one more basketball question for you. The Grizz beat the Warriors last night. Listen, do you have a fair shot of Ja Morant getting out the West, at least going to the finals, or maybe going to the second or third round?
Ooh, that's a good one. If they are healthy, I think so. I ain't gonna say finals, but if they are healthy,
So I ain't gonna say finals.
I ain't gonna say finals, but I'm gonna say if they are healthy, I think so. He has been hooping. Like people have been talking about the question of best point guard in the league. He ain't there yet, no. But I've always seen potential with Ja. Even since he's gotten in the league, he has carried the Grizzlies, and then having Jaren on there, they've been hooping.
Yeah, man, I was a big when it was Zion versus Ja. I was always on the Ja bandwagon. I just thought
no
he was
question.
Yeah, he was just more dynamic. You already knew what Zion was. He was pretty much a Charles Barkley reincarnated. He didn't have a jump shot or anything like that. But Ja was just, I mean, come on, man, it's the Ja with the goggles, man.
He's electric, bro.
Yeah,
super athletic.
Yeah,
not afraid. And for me, I like gritty players who aren't afraid. That's the type of players I attract to. So Ja just gives me that. I love him, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. Now let's get to this question, this topic today.
Let's do it.
Who will have the bigger impact, in your opinion, Deion Sanders or HUE Jackson? And I want, before you answer, the reason I brought her on because she had a topic on her channel, ANIYHA Jones. You can go subscribe to that on YouTube. All right, and she had a couple pundits on there, and she was talking about Deion Sanders. I was like, oh, okay. I love to have her on and have her opinion about this question. So Deion, HUE. Where you going?
I'm going Deion.
I mean, go ahead. I mean, explain.
Did you really genuinely think HUE at first? Come on now. you really think that?
Go ahead. I'm gonna give my opinion, but you go ahead. You go ahead, yours, Ms. Jones.
All right. So look. Okay. For me, I think of all perspectives, right? So bigger impact. So you can impact people in a marketing perspective. You can influence the school, and you can change the culture. You can impact the players. You can impact, the staff there. All of these different things. So I just look at it. Okay, I just look at small things. Let's do marketing and social media first.
Oh, you see
HUE's Instagram compared to Deion?
Yeah, I seen your Instagram. That thing A1. I was like, I showed my girl. I was like, babe, you think she can help me with mine? This is pretty.
I got you, bro.
I was like, that's pretty awesome.
I got you. No, so it's like marketing. Compare HUE's social media to Deion's. Yes, football is important, and we will get there. But when you're talking about building a culture at a school where people do not normally go to the games, you have to find some way to bring in people before the season even starts off. You seen Deion come in, limousine, marching band. He's there with his family, the suit. He is an entertainer. He's always been an entertainer. And so when you do things like that, you got I Believe, you got people buying into it. I ain't never, ever watched the HBCU game until he got there. To be 100, to be real.
Yeah, listen, we on the same bandwagon.
And that's impact. That's impact. And I think people underestimate the power of psychological things. And especially winning is one thing, right? Winning is one thing. And there are teams who win. There are different D3 schools, D2 schools, D1 schools who win, but don't get a lot of traction. And so there's a difference. How do you bring in the traction? We got to bring a show. Like that man packed out Jackson State with over 60,000 people. I go to a D1 school. We ain't got 60,000 people in the stands at a football game.
That's real.
Real. So it's different. I think it's definitely impact. So for me, it's the marketing social part. For me as an athlete, I'm going to Jackson State over Grambling simply because, I'm trying to figure out if I don't make it to the league, right? And not saying that they won't, but be realistic, every single one of them will not.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get my education. I'm trying to learn from a man who's a great man, but I'm also trying to figure out, how can I leverage this opportunity to make sure I'm good regardless?
That's dope. That's dope. How can Deion put me in a position to elevate myself outside of going pro? I like that. That's dope.
How can I elevate myself? And I was just watching a video today. Kevon Thibodeau went to Oregon instead of Alabama. He had a whole interview today. He was talking about how Alabama just lost against Georgia, whatever. But why did he choose Oregon over having a decision from Alabama? And one of the things he said was, when you compare a degree from Alabama to Oregon, Oregon has prestige. Of course, if I go to Alabama, I know I'm winning a national championship dang near every year. And if not, we probably gonna win it next year. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
But I go to Oregon, I know that I can call Phil Knight and I'll have an opportunity with Nike regardless. I can go to Oregon and I can learn from one of the best brands ever. And I have those connections at the top of my head simply because I went to a school where the founder absolutely loves and he's an alum.
Mm-hmm.
So not that Deion is an alum, but when you have resources around you, that man is sponsored by AFLAC. He's like Barstool. You got a documentary.
Yeah.
You're getting like looks and cameras around you all the time. And it's not so about that, of course. But for me, social impact marketing in a year and two, Deion has killed it. Like, no brainer, no question. It's like, okay, then next, okay, we got football. Both are great. Amazing coaches. We've seen HUE in the NFL, and we haven't seen Deion coach at the NFL level, but we've seen him be a great player, right? If you're a DB, you probably going to end up with Deion because you just want to learn from one of the best in the game.
Facts.
HUE, amazing coach, has respect from a lot of NFL athletes. You know, we see him on I Am Athlete, Brandon Marshall, Ocho. People speak extremely highly of him.
Yeah.
But he was dealt a bad hand when going to Cleveland. That can play a part in thinking like, can you do well with the hands you get at Grambling?
Yeah, I see it. I see it. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying? You can, because a lot of people, let's be real, a lot of people have brought that record up against him as soon as he came to Grambling. Like, yo, you're like 1 in 132. You know what I'm saying? Like, so people are, I get that. There's a lot of, I think there's a lot of factors in the NFL that he doesn't have to worry about in college. And it's the same way with how Nick Saban wasn't very successful at Miami, went back to Alabama. I mean, went back to college, got the Alabama situation. And, you know, it's pretty legit. This is my thing though, right? When it comes to impact, I think for the short term, like the right now is Deion because of the straight the media blitz, the excitement. But I think I don't think HUE is using Grambling as a stepping stone. I think Deion is using Jackson State as a stepping stone to get somewhere else.
You think so?
I really do. I really do. And I know a lot of Jackson State fans, they gonna call in like, you're such a hater. You're just
finna act up.
But you just want him to leave. I don't want Deion to do it. I don't want Deion to go. I mean, Deion is like he's a breath of air. He's Deion. You know what I'm saying? But I think for the long term, for 6, 8, 10 years, I think I have a higher chance that Hugh Jackson stays at Grambling and continues that trend and continues that impact over Deion. So for the bigger impact, I have to go for a long-term effect. And I think that would simply be Hugh Jackson. And I think he pulled, we're taking out the marketing, which yeah, because Hugh is, I don't think he's a ultimate marketer. But what I will say, and I talked to people about this as well, and they was like, Hugh compared to other coaches in the SWAC outside of Deion, he's used to that media training, right? He's used to taking a loss and going right to the podium and talking about his team. You know what I'm saying?
True.
He's used to, you know, the Cleveland Browns, the Bengals putting him on Front Street because you got to talk about some things. And I think a lot of SWAC coaches aren't used to that. They're used to kind of taking an L and riding underneath the platform. You know what I'm saying? Like real low key. Like, so if you get a big loss, you might have 5 people on the conference call, ask you 3 questions. I think Hugh is more. He's more out front of it. You know what I'm saying? You know, I think he'll be more out front. He'll push this platform. I think he'll push Grambling forward. And that G means something to a lot of people. So for me, I gotta go with Hugh for the long term. Yeah, for the long-term impact. But I like the marketing. I like that marketing, but go ahead.
That's good too. And I will support Hugh in this way. In terms of impact, at one point, a lot of people don't know this, Grambling State had the most professional athletes in the NFL outside of Notre Dame.
Look at you.
Oh, man, I gotta come with the facts.
Look at you. Hey, they gonna be like, okay. You know what I'm saying?
So coming to a program like of prestige like that, you come into a big seat, right? And so in terms of impact, I think it will be great to see the historical cycle of a university being at its top and then being down and then coming back up. Because that's something that we see in sports. With teams, we see ups and downs, ebbs and flows. But to have an opportunity where you have a story where you can go and be at the highest level and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to go impact young men and help them get to the next level. But also at a university where this is one of the top programs and not anymore, to resurrect that, that's amazing too.
I like that. I like that. But and I kind of want to stay on the same subject of Deion and the marketing aspect of it. Like, I think this is what scares me about the Deion effect. I think the Deion effect for Jackson State is what I've said before. I think, and I don't know if you know the Bible verse is like, if you give a man a fish, he eats for a day. If you teach a man a fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. And I think with Deion, the Deion effect, he's not teaching Jackson State anything. That's my personal opinion. I don't know that for a fact.
Okay, first question. What do you want him to teach them?
I want him to teach them how to do. Like, I think he's pushing them to do it, but I don't think he's teaching them to do it. If you get what I'm saying, like, I think his natural ability to infuse media with football and marketing, I think that just comes so natural to him that he's like, hey, y'all got to do better. But I don't think he's really teaching them how to get it for themselves, how to go get that media, how to go push the boundary in bringing attention and traction. And that's what I think.
Is this the university or is this the players?
The university. Oh, the players are straight. Oh, yeah. The players gonna be straight. You know what I'm saying?
Regardless.
Yeah, they're gonna be good regardless. I mean, Deion gonna teach you the ins and out. I just think that Hugh Jackson, even though that's not his lane of media, I think he's more of a teacher position. I think Deion's in more of a
exposure.
Exposure and he's like a quick fix. I think he's like a quick fix, and I think Hugh is more of a long-term like a teacher, a counselor to like, hey, I need to do
get that.
You know what I'm saying?
I think they lead in different ways. Hugh is more, chill, quiet, the philosopher. Deion is out there. He's outgoing. But I do think as a coach, let's not put too much on Deion because he has a coaching position. If this were another school, are we worried about Nick Saban showing the university how to do marketing? No, Alabama knows how to do its own marketing. So, Ashley, it might be up more to the AD and the people who are in those positions. Like, he can only bring so much, but I think the athletic director and other people like sports media, things of that sort, they got to do their part too.
I agree. All right. So I love that. I love where you're taking that. I think Alabama's brand from what Nick Saban has done has pushed them so far ahead that you don't even know who the AD is because it's just Alabama.
That's facts.
You don't even know. You're like, who's the AD again? I don't even really know.
Because I don't know nothing.
Because you don't know nothing about it. You're like, it's some white dude that's down there. You know what I'm saying? I think Deion's in that same boat right now. And I think the scary part about it is when he rides off to the sunset, what does that look like? Is it back to the dark ages? Like that's what scares me the most that's why I think his impact, albeit so impactful today, I think it's like it's the most scariest.
That's a good point.
It's the most scariest thing when he leaves because is Jackson State going back to the dark ages? Will their brand be so? Are they going to be able to ride that brand wave? You know what I'm saying? Those are things that I think about. So for me, that's why I feel the bigger impact is going to be a Hugh Jackson, who's, in my opinion, will stay there longer, push the brand longer, and keep it pushing.
I get that. Ooh, that's really good. And just terms of marketing too, what Jackson State needs to do right now, right? If you are the athletic director or whatever, one of the biggest things with learning how to cater to the fans when the seasons aren't great anymore, you have to understand, how do I lock in these people while we are good? How do I create the loyalty that when everything is not perfect, that they will remain here? And so I think that's something that they do need to figure out because SWAC champions, yes, did end up winning it all. No, but we're hoping that they have a better year. So I think right now they're just trying to build the fan base more. But I do agree with you. Like with Deion being gone, it's kind of like a LeBron going to any team.
A walking franchise. That's
I get you. A whole walking franchise.
Yeah.
He goes to another team. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna probably be more focused on other teams than I am with Jackson State. Like, to be honest.
No, that's fair.
I don't blame you. That's a good point. That's a really good point.
Let me ask you this: how, you being a marketing major, how would you market JSU after Deion leaves?
You snapping, bro. That's a good question.
Oh, now I do this now. Come on.
That's good. That's really good. I would
use this as your thesis. Yeah, use this as your thesis.
Yes. Ooh. Okay. Let me see. So, that's really good. Of course, I believe, and keep that going because that's what we've built. I think the big thing for me would be trying to keep up as much of a social media presence as possible. As many cameras and as many things as y'all posting out, that's as much as needs to go out, whether Deion is there or not. I also think it's important to figure out, like, this is really good. I think it would be just important to figure out, how do you keep the fans? You don't want fleeting fans, like you want real fans. And that's tough. I really have to think about that, but I think my main thing would be focused on trying to make sure that the presence of social is still there. But after Deion's gone, you better make sure you bring in another good coach. They can have good chemistry with the players so that it's not too much of a fall off from when Deion's gone. And I think they got the small things, like Deion has helped build the field back together, get the facilities back together. They have those things. I think it's really just about trying to maintain and keep doing.
Yeah, I mean, because there's an aspect. And you guys can call in at any point in time. Call lines are open, 516-259-9041. I want her to get her experience. I want to get her to get experience taking these live calls, getting her out. My girl over here climbing. All right, so hey, take it easy on it, but don't take it easy on. All right. But with D, I think that what you said about keeping that social media presence, I think a lot of schools need to jump on that same bandwagon because you have FAM, which doesn't have the power of they don't have the power of a Deion, but they have a backing of a big brand, Nike, LeBron. You know what I'm saying? They have all that coming.
Ocho loves them, wearing everything.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So they have that, they're infused with the community and the culture. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these schools don't have that. And I love what you said. You got to keep that social media presence going. You got to be just as active and just as dependent on pushing your product and pushing your brand as much as possible. Let me take one of these callers real quick so you can get a little experience. Hey, what's up, Smash? You live? Talk to us.
Hey, let me get to that question about how you keep the marketing going if Deion leaves, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so boom, we can't just act like this Deion was anybody. Deion is Deion. Like he's gonna be big wherever he goes. So for him to come to little old Jackson State and make that pop, we need to grasp the aspects on what people think made him come there. You know what I'm saying? You need to take that and just relive it. If that's from building the community, the stats about how much money he brought to the city, there's opportunity here in Jackson, Mississippi. Scotty, you've been in Jackson, Mississippi. You understand it ain't really much in Jackson, Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? So you got to get everything that those people who I believe and make it true in some sort. And you do that while Jackson, which I think Jackson should do it right now, like, somebody need to be planning for when Jackson when Deion leaves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Also, Deion is a Hall of Famer. We have so many Hall of Famers that came from Jackson State. This is a Hall of Fame school. We need to drive that point alone into the ground and get people to come here and sponsorships about why that this place you could become a Hall of Famer in some sort of way by coming to Jackson State. Deion is a Hall of Famer in Jackson State history. Let's take his football alone. His presence just made this whole thing boom. He needs a building when he graduate. I mean, when he leaves, he needs some type of football facility or something, a street on the school campus. Like you can really run everything that he did in this one season. Yeah, boy, I wish I could be on the market team with Jackson State when Deion leaves, because you can just fight so many people simply off of his presence alone in the small things that he did. He made people simply believe. Like we gonna be believing after he gone. But we understand the reality. We still gonna be leaving because we want what he had before he left. So I can really run on with it, but that's a topic for like some grad school thesis type shit.
Yeah, no, that's real.
Deion, that's good for real. So yeah, I don't want to give away all my ideas.
They need to hire you, bro. Your application.
Yeah, she said they need to hire you.
Oh, bet. Yeah. I just subscribe to her channel too, man. This some good conversation. Keep this going, Scotty. I'm going, man.
No problem, man. Appreciate you. That's what's up. Let me take another caller real quick. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to us.
Hey, what's going on? Hold on, let me mute my TV here real quick, guys.
Yeah, you got it.
Yes. This is the Gratier calling from Atlanta, Georgia. Script, Scotty, thank you so much for what you do. I'm loving this. I'm on YouTube several times a day to make sure I catch your live show.
No problem.
So I can time and follow the chat. The chat room is amazing. Your guest, help me get the name right. ANIYHA?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you so much. This is my first time seeing you. I think I may have seen a clip or two here of you on YouTube. So please be sure to put your information back on the screen so I can go out and follow your channel. Your conversation, your dialogue with Scotty today is amazing. I want to touch on a couple of things that you all talked about. I want to ask you all some questions. So I went to the Celebration Bowl and I sat on the Jackson State side. And for the first quarter and some change, the fans, there's a question about the fans were hyped. When Jackson State started to stumble, I witnessed the entire side of Jackson State. I felt the air leave their lungs. I'm like, what just happened to Jackson State? And I'm a rattler. I'm a family rattler, so I was there for the game. I'm a band nerd. I was there to listen to the band, and it was amazing to see that the fans just kind of the draw dropped, and it felt me across the entire Jackson State side. So y'all talked about the fans, and I want to bring about, what are some of the things that, to keep the fan hype? You mentioned fleeting fans, and hey, I would hate to see the fans not support the team when they're not doing as well. So what are some of the things that Jackson State can do to continue to grow their fan base, because they've been hitting record numbers of attendances at their games this season? As Smash alluded to earlier, when his kids graduate and Deion is not there anymore. What would the school need to do to keep that fan base support for the fan base?
Hey,
question to you too.
Hey, appreciate the call, man. We'll answer your question. Okay, let me go first, because for me is this, like, you Jackson State fans, keep the same energy. Okay, you guys have a horrible. Listen, you guys are probably the most obnoxious fans when you're winning, and you are the most quietest fans when you're losing. All right, and it wasn't. And I get it. Like, if South Carolina State had y'all beat 28-7 at halftime, it's not too much to I get it. But it wasn't that much, and for Jackson State fans, you guys are so finicky, because I was at the game too. I was in the stand, so don't.
Oh, were you? Okay, so we get a real experience here.
Man, listen, first of all, I picked South Carolina State to win. I'm the GOAT, because they did. And then on the second part about it, I was sitting on the Jackson State side, and I'm cheering the hell for South Carolina State. I'm like, let's go. I'm about that. If you don't know, ANIYHA, my name is Captain Petty Sergeant Smoke. I'm with the shit. Okay, I'm with the shit. They weren't gonna stop nothing I got going. But anyway, and the band got quiet. The band got quiet. They weren't playing their little jank. They weren't doing this.
Hey,
so glad they weren't doing none of that. They stole it from Grambling anyway. So they stole that from Grambling. But JS House rocked the house. But so my thing is this: you got to be involved, and that's the one thing I love about FAMU fans. Third down, all that type of stuff. They're involved in the game. They're yelling. They're standing up. They're making noise. Jackson State fans, they're like somebody at a comedy club. Entertain me.
This is new to them, though.
They would say no, though. They would say no. They would say no. They would say that's not. They would say winning. Yeah, in the past 10 years they've been trash. But they'll tell you that they're a history and legacy of winning. But go ahead.
So check this out, though, right? 10 years they've been trash, history, whatever, of winning. You take 4 years to be an undergrad. 8 years, that's 2 sets of different whole cultures.
Mm-hmm.
So when you have people, that's like if I'm coming in school freshman year, our football team sucks. Senior year, we still suck. Then somebody else comes after. Freshman year, we still suck. Then their senior year, we suck. 8 years go by, we lost faith. Like, to be real, we lost faith. Like, we don't believe. That's 2 different generations. And then me as a senior bringing in freshmen, I'm like, well, don't go to the football games because it ain't even worth it. You have to think about that. Like, these are students.
Mm-hmm. That's real.
Students are not as invested as people within the town.
Mm-hmm.
If you are not on a team, if you don't date somebody on the team, and you're just not going for a good time every here and there. Students are not at every, let's be real. Like, come on, y'all. So I think this is new to them. But in terms of like their department and their marketing, sports is all about an experience. The band shouldn't have stopped. Everybody else outside of the fans, they got to keep up the energy. I think it's new to them though. I think it's new, like 10 years. 10 years, and it's your first celebrity. Come on.
Hey, so what Mr. Campbell said, she should have known about Illinois football. They have been trash for 30 years.
Hey, we suck. We suck. Don't do too much though, because we got Kendrick on the Steelers and we got Nate Hobb on the Raiders, Pro Bowler. All right.
She said, I know my squad. I know my squad. Funny boy. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to us.
How you doing? I'm enjoying the show.
Thank you so much.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay, I'm enjoying the show. Thanks, ANIYHA. I'm appreciating everything. So I'm going to answer the first. This is Dee from Houston. I'm going to answer the first question. Definitely Deion has the larger impact because the coaches that came in, and I'm talking about Eddie George and HUE. If it wasn't for Deion, he gave them the inspiration. And now with Jerry Rice thinking about coming back, and even Doug Williams interviewed and said if he could rewind the clock back, he would have went and played for Deion.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's a huge impact.
Facts. That's fact.
Yeah,
and
D.
About HUE, go ahead.
Nah, she was like, yeah, D. She's
okay.
she happy you on her side.
And as it pertains to HUE, I'm not so sure about the sustainability there for Hugh Jackson because he hadn't been at Tennessee State for a year and he left Eddie George and went to the next best thing. So when the next best thing arrives for him, what's going to keep him at Grambling State? Because Deion has his kids.
That is fair.
Oh, that's good.
Fair. That's fair. But I think let me push back on that, Miss D, just a little bit. I think he's used to being. I mean, it's like this, right? When you've been a supervisor, it's kind of hard to go back to being a regular employee. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying?
It is. I heard his interview, and great interview, by the way.
Thank you.
He's definitely not. I mean, you got to follow the lead, but he's definitely a lead person.
Exactly. So I think that having his own and being able to control his own, and let's be real, Grambling probably opened up the book. They're like, look, whatever you need, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you need, we will stand back and let you be great. So I think that freedom that he has is going to do a lot for his program. What about you, ANIYHA? What you got?
I agree. D, I'm on your side, okay? I'm on your side with D.
All right, let's do it.
But I do think that is a good point. And that was the question I had on my podcast too. Like, how do you encourage these coaches to surrender to go to a college level when they've been at the top? It's a pride thing. And so I think for him taking the opportunity, it's amazing. And it does speak a lot. And I think even HUE coming there outside of Deion, it encourages more people to come. But I do agree with Scotty. I think just being at college, you have more freedom. Like people are trusting you to just go take over the program because they ain't been successful in a while. So it's like, you got the answers, So I'm hoping he will, do everything well, but I don't know about him staying longer than Deion. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think so either. And then my last thing is now the key to look, if y'all want Deion to stay, y'all better start getting on Shalomai's Instagram and send her some gifts and talk to Pilar because that's the way Deion gonna stay, because he ain't going nowhere if his baby there. And then y'all better get to know his little nephew TJ. So that's going to secure sustainability and continuous improvement at Jackson State. Thank y'all.
No problem, Miss D. Hey, she know the whole damn, bro.
She say you better get, he's trying to recruit her to JSU, bro. Hey, I don't blame her. She said you need to get an Instagram.
She said his mama, go ahead and hit his mama up. Send us little TJ. His baby girl. Hey, hit them all up on Instagram. Yo, Miss D, you funny. I like that. Shout out to her. Hey, let's take another caller real quick. Hey, John, you live. Talk to us.
What's going on, Scotty? Calling in for a single time today. This is some kind of record, I think, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I love it. I love it. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. I'm going to offer a flip perspective on this one.
Talk to me.
I'm going to say Hugh Jackson, and I'll tell you why. And I'm not going to talk about Deion Sanders now. I'm going to wait to talk about that part in a second. But we got to remember where Grambling State was prior to Hugh Jackson coming in. Let's not forget a few years ago, they had to forfeit a couple of games due to facilities and other stuff like that. Players talk about mistreatment. So if anyone's got a harder road to build up, it's definitely Grambling in this case. And I think that he will bring more to them. Just basically, I think that Grambling's got a little bit further up to go, especially with the tradition that they had over like the decades of like HBCU excellence, HBCU championships, and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
I think Grambling has had a bigger toe to climb. So I think, and folks tend to forget that Hugh Jackson made his bones in the college football ranks. Now, I'll get to Deion for a second here. People have kind of short memories of why Deion was in, or should I say, is at Jackson State in the first place. Let's remember that P5 schools, or like other schools you're talking about, I think his narrative is, okay, well, he chose a SWAC school, which is partly true, but also remember he didn't have coaching experience nor a college degree.
Facts.
He now has both.
Facts.
No school is actually going to take someone who actually doesn't have either one of those. So in a way, JSU was the only place where he could go. I think people and guys like, I love the hype that he brings with us, but let's not get it twisted in terms of where everything else was. You know, let's not get totally twisted. So I do like the fact that Grambling has a total bill. And of course, Grambling did win a couple SWAC championship back in 2017. That is true. But there was also like a lot of public embarrassment that came with Grambling also during that time period.
Facts.
So I think
in the Fobbs era. Yeah, in that Fobbs era.
Gotcha, sir. Okay, that's about all I got, man.
Hey, man, appreciate the call.
Thank you for your time.
Listen, after he said Hugh Jackson, I was good. You know, so I ain't really get anything after the Hugh Jackson. I was like, bro, I don't care what you're saying. I appreciate you being on the bandwagon, my boy. I appreciate you being on the bandwagon. This is where I have to disagree, right? I would disagree with him in the fact of Grambling being far off. I don't think they're far off because as I put up a couple times, 2017 they won the they were rolling. Okay, you talking about Black national championship with the Celebration Bowl. I think they went 11-1 or 12-1 with Devontae Kincaid killing the game. So I don't think they're far off, and I think what they want to do is get back to that quicker than Jackson State. What they don't want to happen is they saw what, like you said, they saw what Jackson State and Deion was, and they're like, listen here, we haven't been winning like we want to these past couple years. Let's not even play this game. Let's not be Alabama State and hire a real estate agent. Let's go get a real football guy and let's go change this thing around. And you see what is going on right now with the excitement, the influx of talent, and the people, the Gramblingites getting back on board saying, hey, I think we're going in the right direction.
I agree with you. Wait, shout out Anthony. I see you follow me on Twitter, bro. I appreciate you. I'm gonna follow you back.
Another call. Go ahead. You got something to say?
Yeah, no, I agree with you wholeheartedly.
Yeah, let's go taking this caller real quick.
Okay.
Hey, caller, you live, talk to me.
Yo, D from Dallas.
What's up, D? Talk to us.
Man, okay, I'm helping to address the situation about the impact. I feel like Hugh Jackson gonna make a bigger impact at Grambling than what Deion is doing.
Tell us why, sir. Tell us why, sir.
The reason why I say that because you just really said what I was about to say. I said, dang, Scotty, you hit it.
Hey, say it again.
Grambling has seen real talent. Kincaid was a transfer. He killed the SWAC for 3 years. They gave one running back. I don't even remember the receiving core. They gave him a running back, bro. He killed the SWAC for 3 years. He didn't even go to the NFL and do nothing. And I was like, how is that?
Yeah.
How did he just run through the SWAC? What Deion is doing, nobody in the SWAC ever seen that, bro. So we ain't gonna talk about that. You know I'm a Jackson State fan, diehard, but nobody in the SWAC has ever seen what Deion is doing right now. That's a whole arsenal of anything can happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But Grambling, what you finna see at Grambling is something that they lost, man. They haven't had tradition in Grambling basically since the 70s when we talking about real attendance. Yeah, we all know the G-Man has alum, but we talking about when are they going to really contribute to Grambling and actually like be there for Grambling, like actually like just come in numbers like how Jackson State do it. Because whether you know it or not, Jackson State has always had at least 20 to 30,000 people on a given Saturday of the game, bro. Like I've been there numerous of times. 20, 30,000 people at a Jackson State game is nothing, bro. Even when we're losing, that's nothing. So to come to town, if Jackson State has a team, that's 40, 50,000 people at a game. You're not going to see it on TV. That was back 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in high school, bro. I'm 30 years old. I was in high school going to games when the whole stadium was packed, bro. I'm talking about it's rocking. We don't talk about that because that's Jackson State. Everybody know what when you come to Jackson, you got to come on with it. That's why they hate us, guys. I mean, I'm just telling you straight up. But Grambling is the team that needs it more than anybody right now, bro. This is how I feel. You know.
Hey, appreciate the call.
They just need that Jackson State feel at Grambling, and I swear they're gonna be the biggest threat in the SWAC. And I'm a Jackson State fan, and I'm telling people watch Grambling because Hugh Jackson could bring a culture to Grambling that would just take over the whole HBCU, bro.
Hey, man.
Hey,
appreciate the call, my boy. Appreciate that. Hey, listen about this. I had to let him go real quick because this is my point. Is it really something special if that's what you do? You know, let me give you an example, right? If I draw, is it really something special if I make a painting? Like I draw, I'm a drawer. Like if you get 20 or 30,000 naturally, is it special? Like I know people gonna be like, well, Scotty, you know, we leave the FCS in attendance, but is it special though? Like
it's special when you get 60.
Come on, now that's special.
It's special.
That's special. When you get an average of 55, 50,000, you know what I'm saying? That's special.
That's special.
But if you're averaging 20 to 30,000 when you're losing, that ain't special. That ain't, yes, it's great, but it's not like why that's what you do.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you've been doing. That ain't special. That's special. Yeah, that's just me. I guess I just come on. Hey, man, listen, the like police has gotten up. Make sure you like the stream. All right. Like, let's not do this. Okay. Let's just like the stream, do your job so we don't have commercial breaks. All right. Just like the stream, bro. Like, dang, man. Come on, man. How many likes we got? 99 likes, over 200 people on this channel. Come on, man. Y'all got to show some respect, bro. Like, she's a future YouTuber. All right. Like, she's a future YouTuber. You got to show her what stop being like, this. You got to deal with. All right. You got to deal with foolishness on that. People coming in your stream. They watch the stuff. They don't even like the stuff. Crazy, man. Just crazy. Foolishness. All right. Hey, Coach Hart, what's up? Talk to me. Coach. All right, letting you go, Coach. Gotta be on the line, my boy. Got to be on the line. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hey, what's up, Scotty? It's Musa.
What's up, Musa? Talk to me.
All right, so the question was overall impact. Who were Deion?
Yeah, but who will have the bigger impact, Deion or HUE?
Okay, yeah. It's kind of Deion. That's like a no-brainer overall.
Yeah.
And I think this is almost like a given because he's not just a professional athlete. He's like a once-in-a-generation type athlete, one of the greatest. So the impact he's having is raising the bar for all HBCUs, SWAC, NEAC, and various divisions. But the other question that intrigued me was when y'all was talking about the marketing of after Deion leaves. And I think it's like a 3-step process because people forget that the programs are built off of the players. And what I noticed recently in the recruiting is they are getting these kids to kind of market their universities for them. Like, so on their official visits, they'll have them dress up in the uniforms and like pose with their like Heisman trophies and stuff like that. And I think that's where HBCUs have to go. I think the first step is building up, like using these limelight to build up the facilities. I feel like that should be the top priority. Because everybody can't be Jack State. They can't, get the top recruits. They can't make a run for the championships every year. So I think that the majority of all their resources need to go to the facilities. And you were saying this earlier with if Jerry Rice comes back, like even if they're not in the coaching capacity, if you have them every week or at every game doing fundraisers, just making it fun, you know what I mean? Like making it a real goal and drive.
Yeah.
I think you can really start to see changes come in the HBCU arena. And then once you get those facilities, you can then market to the kids, because that's the only factor that we're really missing. And with that, that'll kind of carry it over past the name likeness of like these popular head coaches to where the programs would then be running on their own esteem.
I get you. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Hey man, appreciate the call, my boy.
No problem.
All right, man. Appreciate it. I got a question for you, Naira. Let me type this in right here.
Mm-hmm.
How long do you ride this wave, right? And this is what I mean by that. How long do you keep trying to find a celebrity coach and infuse them in the SWAC, in your opinion?
I think all you needed was Deion.
Mm-hmm.
All you need is one or two. Everybody don't have to be a celebrity. They just have to be a good coach.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I don't want everybody to get caught up in. We don't need a HUE. I'm not saying it like that, but we don't need somebody that's a great celebrity, because you can be a great marketer and be a great coach and have a great program and turn it around. It might take a little longer because you ain't got 60 million people following you on Instagram like Deion, but you can get there. So I don't think it's necessarily we shouldn't keep doing a whole celebrity thing, but I do think it's time that we encourage Black people to start giving back. Like he mentioned, facilities. That's the reason that PWI's got our Black players, because his facilities and money look better to them. And so they started leaving home. And so I just want to make sure that Jackson State, Grambling, all of these places, like he said, are putting back into the facilities and really just getting back to having it a great place, but also education too. HBCUs have a stigma of unorganization. If we're being real, a lot of people don't go there because some people think the degree doesn't hold as if you go to a U of I or a Stanford or whatever it is. So making sure that all facets of the school are good, I think it'll be okay.
Like, and I have to be honest, like, I think when I dove into this, the education part for me was the most surprising part of how prestigious some of these schools, because we're so used to, like, as fans, you're so used to looking at schools from an athletic standpoint, right?
Always.
If their athletics is not good, I don't want to go. You know what I'm saying? Unless you've already built your brand on education, the Yales, the Howards, you built your brand off education, and then people are just like, oh yeah, that's a great education as well. But a lot of schools are built off athletics, and then when you get to the school, you're like, they really not about school. But it's really the opposite for a lot of HBCUs. HBCUs are really built to build you up as a student, like a true student athlete first, and their athletics have kind of taken a back seat to it. You know what I'm saying? But coming, like, really, when I got into the culture, I'm like, damn, these schools is like legit. Like, these Bamas got some, like, they be teaching Bamas. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's a false stigma that people, when they see sports, they think their education is not on the same level, when it's actually the opposite. Their education is at a higher level than their athletics, and they want to elevate the athletics to be on the same platform as the education. You know what I'm saying? But we so enamored with the athletics, like, oh, what that football program look like, or what the basketball program look like. But
what's it got to do with anything? Because at the end of the day, a lot of them, 99% of them aren't going to make it to the league, but we hope that 100% of them get a degree.
Yeah.
And that's lasting after the 4 years or anything, So yeah, I totally agree with you.
Big facts. All right. Hey, caller, you live, talk to us.
What's up, Scotty?
What's good? Hey, what's up, Mr. D? Talk to me.
Hey man, look, I just want to say this right now. You know my comments. I don't want to talk about football. I just want to say I'm looking at you all right now, and I'm mad with you right now. You know why?
Why? What I do?
You didn't give her own button to get on the show. Every time I hear around, I hear a gunshot, pop, pop, pop on your side, and she up here got a tap on her water bottle.
Yeah, hey,
Stop it. Give her her own sound.
I got. Hey, listen, I'm gonna give her something. I'm gonna give her something. You know what I'm saying? She ain't really jump on the Hugh Jackson bandwagon, so I ain't gonna drop too many bombs.
But you know what? On For Real Talk, I just want to say I'm so proud of seeing you two, and I see a new show. You and her doing covering SWAC female basketball season. So think about it.
Oh,
I'll holler at you later.
Hey, appreciate it, Mr. D.
Think about it.
Hey, that's not a bad idea. You know,
He said,
hey, think about it. Think about it. Yeah, shoot, they'd love to see you on some basketball. She a hooper, you know what I'm saying? She's like, yeah. Then would you play point guard? You ain't playing no point guard.
Come on, PG.
Yeah, you weren't. You weren't out here assisting.
Whatever.
You went out here dropping the dimes. You were. Yes, I know. I knew so. Listen, so a little story time. So I met a kid when I was on a cruise one day. I was like 14 or 15. Went to a cruise and I met a kid from Chicago. Lefty. Boy, he could shoot it out the gym. I'm like, I mean, he couldn't miss. Black kid. I'm like, God, I'm like, that's what they doing up in Chicago. I was like, man, it's
Chicago
different.
basketball, something different. People talk about New York got it, but Chicago, something different.
Ooh, I was like, man, this Bama good. All right, let's take it to the call real quick. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hey, Scotty, this is William Humphrey. Man, I love your show, and yes, I'm looking at you over the rim of my glasses. But, bruh, I believe that Deion Sanders, Hugh Jackson, Connell, they're all going to take the SWAC to a whole new level. It's going to become mainstream.
No, I absolutely agree with you. Absolutely agree.
Yes, man, because even a lot of our people aren't aware of all the good work that's happening in the SWAC, man. And I'm proud of the good work that you're doing with the show, man. It's very entertaining and informative.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe to my girl channel. All right.
All right, brother.
I appreciate it. Peace. Hey, listen, I got 230 people on here. It need to be 230 subscriptions. All right. Take y'all asses over to ANIYHA Jones' channel. She'll teach you something. All right. She'll teach you something. Hey, I got you, D. I'm going to you right now, my boy. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hey, I'm actually agreeing with you with Hugh. Come
on.
I think a lot of people. I think.
What's that like? 10 people.
I think people. Think Deion is an outlier, and he is a supernova. But what can happen is what Deion did on the East. If Hugh comes and sweeps the West, it's gonna put all other coaches on notice. Them coaches who only been around SWAC for 10 years, because it comes down to winning. And say what you want, and Deion will still be popular. But if Deion was 0-8 in the SWAC, everybody before his head.
That's fair.
So
that's facts.
It's gonna come down to winning. And if Hugh comes in his first year and wins, then what do you think is gonna happen with you? And on top of that, you're gonna get the resources. So not only I'm getting really a 2-for-1, I'm winning, and I'm gonna get the bag that comes with it. So now what do you think is gonna happen next? UAPB is gonna sit there and be like, okay, who's the next coach that, really don't need the money now? That also got a name. And what's going to lose? And you know how sports is, the copycat league.
Facts.
So if I could get the wins and the resources, because you got to win first. That is first and foremost. So if you comes in and, because think about it, I want to pick Deion. I think SWAC reference, they picked Deion third. So it ain't like they thought he was going to win. So if you comes in and wins,
I did pick. I picked.
I think he's gonna win too.
I mean, I picked Deion too, but I mean, I show you how much the SWAC thought. SWAC thought, well, experience, and
I mean, these are the same SWAC guys that voted like Nugget not on the second team or first team. I don't.
I mean,
half
I
them
agree.
guys, whatever. Half them guys.
I mean, but if you comes down his first year and wins the West, it's gonna be a trickle down effect. So, you know, we're gonna see how long Southern really gonna give Dooley when he losing the Grambling in the what's the Turkey
Bayou Classic. It's the Bayou Classic.
Bayou Classic. We're gonna figure out how long they're gonna give Dooley if HUE keep beating.
Hey, appreciate the call. Hey, this is my thing, right? So
you just be knocking people off, don't you?
Yeah. Listen, bro, like you get enough time, like you can't be like, yeah, Scotty, yeah, man, yeah. Like, say your point, ask your question, get off my line. You know what I'm saying? Get off my line, man. But nah, listen, if people be hating, man, they like. Let me see somebody said somebody in my comments. Hold on. Nah, people be hating. This you gotta deal with. You know, now you ain't gonna deal with it because people like you, but people hate me. All right. So he said, Israel Carey, he said, isn't this the caller who always agrees with Scotty? It don't matter if you because I'm usually right. Okay. I'm usually right. That's why he agrees with me. It's okay, man. Don't be a hater all your life. All right. Y'all need to stop hating. All right. So I'm gonna take a couple more calls and me and I are gonna get up out of here. All right. A couple more calls. Let me take Coach Stewart. Hey, what's up, Coach? Talk to me.
Hey, Scotty, Coach Stewart here again.
Talk to me.
Well, first of all, Deion Sanders is like the lead singer of the Temptations, and all the rest of these coaches are just the backup singers. See, and that's just how it's gonna be. The other thing, as far as keeping the fan base together, what you got to do is you got to change the narrative of who the hero is. See, right now, Deion Sanders is the hero. He is the hero. But before he goes, though, he's going to have to make the team the hero. Once you make the players the hero, they are the ones who stay. And as long as the fan base sees the players as the heroes, then you don't lose them.
Okay. So so what you're saying is once Deion leaves, flip the narrative to the players.
Well, before he leaves, kind of start flipping it.
Okay. I like that, Coach. Go ahead, Naya.
That's the best take we've gotten so far in terms of the marketing. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's really good. But I think that comes from just continuous good performance, and I think Deion has to do a even better job on his social media of pointing out of pointing out specific players outside of his children who are performing well also.
Oh, shucks. You know what they're going to call you? They're going to say, hey. They're going to call you a hater for that one. Listen, you do not speak ill of Jesus Christ Jr., okay? You do not speak ill of Jesus. Listen, woo, man. I knew I would rock with you. That's a solid point. That's a solid point. I didn't want to say that, but that's a solid point. Listen, I want to make this very clear. Hey, appreciate the call, Coach Stewart. Real talk. Thank you so much. Hey, listen, I want to be very clear. I did not coach her up to say that came strictly from Miss Jones. Okay, strictly from her. So don't say, "Oh, Scotty." No. Okay. No, that did not come from me. She did that all on her lonesome. Shout out to her for that. No, that was listen. They gonna call you a hey. They gonna say you a hater. Hey, Smash, talk to us.
Hey, I didn't answer the question at first. I was talking about something else. But to answer your question is 2 parts. I'm gonna say Deion has the biggest impact simply because what he did. He's the trendsetter. Deion, he started it. And this is what it is. But Scotty, to your point though, let's go what she said. Earlier she said Jackson State fans are new to winning. We've been saying that. Remember, y'all ain't been winning, y'all new to this.
Yeah.
You see if HUE wake that Grambling giant up, it's over. Grambling, don't I always tell you, remember Scotty, keep it real.
Yeah.
We've been talking for a long time about it's something about Grambling that we play them. It's just like when they winning, it's like a force that you just can't stop because they used to this. This is a legacy of winning. You know what I'm saying? So to her point again, like, she said, you got to make your team a focal point. Grambling fans support them, win, lose, or draw. Like, they might not show up to the game, but you going to respect Grambling. You're not going to talk ill will in their name. You know what I'm saying? So if HUE wake that monster up, it's over with. To her last point, Scotty, we need to go get a sound bite. Get that Mrs. Jones.
Bro, listen. I got it on. queued up. Yo, I had it queued up. Just as you a genius, bro. I had it queued up. I was with you. Great minds think alike.
You see what she said? Stop highlighting your son. That song just came in my head. I'm like, ding, 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 Dar DeMarco, Gangsta Grill. Every chord drop.
Y'all stupid.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's she said, y'all. She said we stupid, but that's the first thing that came to my mind, bro. I was like, Miss Jones, yeah, I'm gonna play that. I had it queued up, bro. You kind of stole my thunder, but yeah. You the G for that one.
When she said that, dog, about highlighting other players, I'm like, bingo. That's what the hell you got to do. Stop talking about Shador and damn whatever his name is. We need to talk about
whatever.
I'm gone.
All right, boy, appreciate it. Oh man, hey, how you?
And Mrs. Jones.
Slow it up. All right. Hey, last caller. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Yo, what up, man?
What's good?
Y'all? This Calvin caller from Jackson, Mississippi.
Talk to us.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, the Deion's I think it's gonna be HUE. You know, I'm just saying all day, but I think it's gonna be HUE because Deion is just the bar. It's high, you know what I'm saying? Celebration Bowl, undefeated in the SWAC. I think HUE, he's gonna turn around Graham a little bit. Now about the fan base, there's a little bit of things here that's different. Jackson, Mississippi, Jack State fans, there's nothing else in Mississippi, you know what I'm saying? Jack State fans are loyal, and it's the crossroads of the South. You know, you get 6 hours from Atlanta, 6 hours from Dallas, 6, you know what I'm saying? So it's easy to get to Jackson outside of any other SWAC schools, really. They have an airport. I wish we could air quotes, you know what I'm saying? The Jackson State and all the other SWAC schools have something else different, but it's not like Mississippi, you know what I'm saying? Because Mississippi football team sucks. Ole Miss sucks. Most part, Mississippi State sucks. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at Louisiana. LSU is the dominant team in that state. Texas, then Houston, Perryville, Texas, they can't compete with Texas A&M or Texas. You know, I keep going so far. So that's what makes Jackson State a little bit more unique than a lot of the other SWAC schools. You know what I'm saying? Just the position it's in. That's all I got. I was telling you, the Alcorn, Southern, and Florida A&M, y'all still suck. Y'all on the phone.
I appreciate the call. Oh man. Hey, that's what's up. Hey, listen, Aniyah. So last points before we get up out of here. Hit me with some last points.
Last points.
I mean, you know you lost the debate you lost, because I mean clearly
whatever. First of all, it was people coming back on here twice, so that don't even count. Twice. So stop it. Okay, stop it. We're gonna see.
Hey, listen, you got it. I take callers as they go. I take callers as they go, man.
As you should, though. As you should. Hey, I ain't tripping. Last points though. I'm gonna say we just need to stay tuned. Stay tuned to see how he was going to perform in this new season. I think we also need to I think the biggest point, I made it, I think that's what happened. Having Deion figure out how can he show more love to everybody else. Because have you seen his Barstool documentary?
The Coach Prime joint?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good. Highlighted different people, but on social media, I don't see them. Not as much. And so I would say if we also, like they said, if we want to solidify figuring out how to build a different hero, you got to start building it in a different way. Deion's on everything. That's great. Who's a star player though? Let's put them on everything, because at every other school, you ain't seeing coaches. We had Lovie Smith at U of I. Lovie won on no poster around here.
Mm-hmm.
It's players. So yeah, we have to turn that around. Who's the franchise player?
And I think right now, and people want to know your Twitter handle. So go ahead and shot that. Let me see if I can take this banner now. That's your Twitter handle right here, or your IG and Twitter?
That's Twitter. You can also, that's IG too, or you could just type in my name on Instagram. It'll come up honestly anywhere, and YouTube too. Thank y'all.
Yeah. She said, I'm blowing up. I'm blowing up.
Right. Tune into the podcast too. You're wrong, sir.
Yep. All that. Listen, my girl. Listen, I'm telling you. Listen, you know who here.
Oh, Mrs. Jones.
Listen, she over here killing it. Miss Jones over here killing it. That's about to be when you come on. That's gonna be your button. I'm gonna cue that up. I'm gonna have that for you. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do you justice for that one. But you know, my final points is look, I got more Hugh Jacksons coming in. Look at that, this man. Look at that. Glory be to God. You know what I'm saying? Man, listen, the first time you show up, you get dusted.
They killing me. I need to come with something harder.
Yeah, just dusted. But but I think I think the biggest thing that I love where you pivoted at was how the marketing aspect, and just like you brought up about, you know, in at your school, that, you know, you say ain't no posters coming around here. It's about the players. And I think the SWAC as a whole needs to do better in promoting of their players and promoting of their stars. Now, like you said, we know Deion is going to, you know, put Shador, the quarterback, Shiloh in the front. But what about in taking Deion out of it? What about Alabama State, you know, promoting Ezra Gray when he was playing, or Ja'Cory Merritt, or, you know what I'm saying, or Christian Clark, or Bubba, or, you know what I'm saying, FAMU promoting Bishop Bonnet and Marquise Bell being going to be a top draft pick, you know what I'm saying, or Alcorn promoting Felix Harper and Nico Duffy, seeing these kids' faces out and about in media and doing promos. Yeah. I mean,
because you figure out who is that person. You start seeing that person on the undefeated ESPN. You go, hey, I just see him. People are gonna start tuning in, figuring out who that is. And when you do that, bro, even if they're good or not, the attention is gonna go their way. And I think that will help a lot in terms of getting them to the league. We complained last year about the NFL. Yes, it's the NFL's fault. These scouts have to look at HBCUs. They have to stop thinking, oh, the competition isn't as legit enough, and start just taking chances. But we got to start putting them out there too. Yeah,
absolutely. And I think the last thing is this, and I'm going to say this and we're going to be gone, is the fact of, I think with promoting players, if players see that, if I'm a recruit, right? If I'm a recruit coming in and you're trying to pitch me, and you can show me that, hey man, you know, you come here and you ball out, you do what you're supposed to do, you do what the star says you're supposed to do. This is what it looks like, and I can show you, you know, where you would be at, the places you're going to be seen, the stuff that you get, all those type of situations. Listen, let's not play this game like kids are not impressed by shiny stuff.
Oh, they are impressed by shiny stuff. You come there, you want your pictures with the recruits. You want to see the facilities. You want to see everything, which is why we continuously have these guys going to PWIs that suck, but they know that they're going to get more exposure. Facilities are better. Hot tub is better. Everything's better.
Yeah. So you got to play the game. You know what I'm saying? If you want to, you got to play the game, you know. Tell them what you can do. Tell them how this and tell them how that, you know what I'm saying? And just set it up to where you have the shiny stuff as well. And as big as social media is from people 25 and under, that's where it's at. The kid from Indiana, he posted on Twitter, oh, how many fans gonna give me the 5,000? Are them Jackson State fans gonna give me the 6,000 followers? I'm like, bro, pick a damn school and sit your ass down somewhere. Oh, I hope y'all give me the 10. Can Jackson State fans give me the 10K? Can the Indiana Hoosiers, can they get us? What does that ain't gonna do nothing for you on the football field. Nothing. But man, miss me with that, man. But Naya, I appreciate you for coming on. People have enjoyed you. I hope that they went over and they should have took their butt over and subscribed, you up on Twitter, all that type of stuff. Cause you know,
Mrs. Jones.
You know, bro. Man, you know she gonna come back and she gonna rock the house, man. I'm telling you, I'm gonna try to have her on during the regular season. We gonna get her football game up. We gonna get her football game up. We gonna bring her back on with the round. Yeah. We gonna try to make you a staple. All right. But make sure you give me your shout outs, whoever you want to shout out. You know, anything you got going with yourself, and what's upcoming for you.
Really, man, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all for listening. Like I said, You're Wrong, Sir podcast, all streaming platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, etc. Look my name up on all socials. It's there. But really, just stay tuned. We got amazing episodes coming up on my platform, and I cannot wait to be on OFFScript too. So thank you guys.
No problem, Naya, man. You take it easy, and you stay blessed. All right.
Hey, let's keep in touch. I'm gonna text you after this.
Too easy. All right, guys. Listen, that's the young phenom. I try to tell y'all. Listen, you gotta love her energy. You got to love her energy. I know Mr. Campbell was like, that smile, it's infectious, right? Like you like, hey, like it's like you known her forever. But so shout out to ANIYHA for coming onto the platform. Listen, I'm telling you, I'm gonna try to make her a staple. She's a great individual, great person, great personality, and stuff like that. But listen, all right, so let me go through these announcements real quick and we gonna get up out of here, all right? So tomorrow, Thursday, live in effect, I got the Golden Girl Captain Kiva Davis. You already know what it is, all right? Them bad women from Golden Girls. They got the captain in the building, all right? Also, make sure you follow me as well on IG and Twitter, OFFscript_TV. And make sure, listen, bandwagon signing day is closing in. I've had a couple people hit me up talking about they're going to try to make a late push for their squad to be on bandwagon watch, all right? So, listen, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to tell you my top 3 as of right now, all right, from what we've been receiving. FAMU, Grambling, Alabama State. Alabama State been making a push, all right? Alabama State been making a push. Alabama and them, you already know. You guys are in my heart, so you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Huh? Okay.
My top 3 is now Grambling, FAMU, and Alabama A&M, just for the record. Jackson State, it was a nice run. You'll always be my second cousins. And that's where we'll keep that relationship. But Grambling, welcome to the top 3. Alabama A&M, please don't let me down. And FAMU, you're keeping a smile on my face. So I'm looking forward to going to the Sunshine State this season.
She said Jackson State is out of there, boy. She said they are gone. So that's too funny. Too funny. Rocket Mortgage. Yeah, Rocket Mortgage Hornets coming in strong, baby. Rocket Mortgage, they've been selling some houses. All right. They have been selling some houses. Because Shawty shot the word flip for UAP. Hell no. Hell no, I ain't flipping to no UAPB. Boy, they couldn't send me enough. All right. Couldn't send me enough. You see Blues top 3. You see Blues top 3, fam, Gremlin and Jackson. All right. You see Blues top 3, but it is what it is, man. Hey, listen. You know what it is. It's your boy. Until next time, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to holla. God bless.